What's up, guys? MamboMikeWellness.com. Many folks out there are concerned about the state of the world right now. We're in very uncertain times, especially with the U.S. election that just ended, and also the economic and environmental issues that we're all facing, as well as the threat of World War III and the police state, and there's massive protests. And so we're in a very turbulent time in society right now, all over the world, and it is a purging or a detox of the old system. And we're at a point where this system just cannot continue. I mean, people are oppressed. Many people are homeless or broke, and we just can't function this way anymore. And we've given our power away to government, and government has gotten bigger and bigger. Corporations that control them have gotten bigger and bigger, and so we're at this turning point of, what are we going to do? So if you're concerned about that, you're worried about that, you're afraid of what's going to happen in the future, that's perfectly understandable. I went through that myself back in 2008 when the stock market crashed and many things happened, and all these financial institutions and things that we thought were secure are really not. They're all just an illusion. They're all propped up. And so more and more people are awakening to that idea and understanding that this whole economy or system or government that we are currently living in is all BS. And so how do we move beyond this system that we're in, or that program that we've been accustomed to? We have to think of this whole thing as a matrix. And for those of you who know what I mean, this matrix is the old system. And so we have difficulty conceiving how we can get a new system while allowing the old system to collapse. So I don't think that the old system is going to just completely become dismantled right away. It'll probably happen in stages, or it'll gradually transition as the newer systems take its place. And so you can't define anything in the new system based on the old system. So many people can't conceive, well, how will we function without money, or how will we function without government, or how will we function without being in a rat race, or being a slave to your job, or whatever that might be. But you got to understand that the old system is defined by the old system. So you can't use things from the matrix to define what's outside the matrix. Think of like in the old days, 40 years ago, when you had these huge tube TVs, right? And nowadays we have, not only do we have flat screens, but we basically, your cell phone is a TV. And now way back then, 40, 50 years ago, it was inconceivable how you can get this flat little thing to be a TV. And so it's sort of similar idea, right? You look at vinyl records, like vinyl records and cassette tapes was the way to record back then. And now we have digital. I mean, it's wireless, it's digital, it's on your phone, and you can transfer files, and it takes up no space. And so that idea 50 years ago is sort of inconceivable, that you could do that in such a small amount of spaces with such ease, and you can transfer things, but you get the idea. So you can't use the new technologies, the new ways of thinking, and you can't limit them by thinking about where we used to be. And so I encourage you guys to really think outside the box and really think about the possibilities. The possibilities really are endless, and I truly do believe that the collapse of the old system is going to be a blessing in disguise. I mean, it really is. It's going to be painful in the short term, and if you're really attached to the old system, it's going to be a little tougher for you to get through this. But you can start by being more self-sustaining. Start by raising your vibration, by following your passion, by doing things that you want to do, and try not to become too much of a slave, or become attached, or become dependent on the current system. And start introducing new things, new ideas, new ways of thinking. Learn a new skill. Grow your own garden, and learn how to network. Learn how to connect with people outside the internet, cell phone sort of thing. Get in touch with your neighbors. There's so many things that we could do that are as free people, because I think many of us think we're free, but if you look at the way that we're living, we're not free. Right? We have all these oppressive laws that tell us what we can do or not do, and we have big government taxing us and imprisoning people for just the stupidest things, which I won't even get into. But you get the idea. We're not as free as we think we are, because right now we're allowing government and the system and the monetary system and corporations and things like that to control how we live. And so we're getting a job, we're paying the bills, but we're really not free. To be really truly free, we have to really just completely break out of that system, that rat race, that matrix. Right? So encourage you guys to just think about raising your vibration, doing things that excite you. Start incorporating more of those things that are meaningful to you into your life, whether it be spending more time with family, getting involved in your passions or your mission, whatever that might be, and just start moving in that direction. You don't have to completely abandon the way you live or abandon your job or whatever if you need to pay the bills, but start introducing some new things that are going to move you in the direction of where you eventually want to go, or where you see yourself in the future, 10, 20 years down the road. And so when and if the system does collapse, or there's some civil unrest, or whatever the case may be, hopefully you'll be positioned and you'll be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually prepared to take that next step. You won't be completely caught off guard. And in the meantime, be happy. Just live your life, because really, since for me experiencing the possibility of the whole collapse, I find I'm actually appreciating life more. I'm enjoying life more. I see life is like better than ever. I mean, it's not about spiritually bypassing all the negative things that are happening in the world, because obviously they do exist. The police and all the chemicals and all the war and all the killings and all this negativity, it still exists. We're not asking you to ignore the existence of those things, but on the flip side, there's also such beauty, and there's good people out there, and there's creative thinkers, and there's many people helping us around the world to become more unified and help this planet and do the right thing and move beyond all this bullshit. So yeah, that's all I got to say for now. And if you have any comments, I'd love to hear about it. All right. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.